Hello, this is Grandma Nyte, Grandma Gamer, Nyte, Nina, Mom. I probably have a variety of names that, I will answer to. Stupid. No, that one I don't think I would answer to. Hey, you. Or something like that. But sometimes I call myself stupid, but I'm not really putting myself down. I'm just saying you did something stupid. We all do stupid things. So anyway, why am I here today, you may ask yourself? Well, I thought I would do a little vlog, maybe. Or maybe it's a podcast. I'm not sure what the difference is. So it's a vlogcast, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, and I have no script. I have no idea of what I'm going to say. I rarely have any idea of what's going to come out of my mouth at any given time. As my son says, I have no filters. Well, I have very tiny filters. But my filters get smaller the older I get, as you've probably, as a lot of people do. If you've ever heard of free writing, I am free talking. I have no idea of what I'm going to say or why I say it. I wanted to give you a kind of a Nina background so that if you watch any of my other videos, you will not wonder. It's mainly answers to things you might be asking yourself if you watch any of my other videos. Why I itch my nose all the time? I think it's a nervous habit, and I didn't start doing this until I started video recording. So if I do that, it's nervous energy. I am autistic, which I just found out last year, almost about a year ago. I've always known I was ADHD, a little wacky. I've always been weird, to some people, and I've embraced that. I like being weird. I like being different. I don't want to be like everybody else. So here we go. I am 59 years old, and I feel like I'm 18 most of the time, except for when it rains, and then I feel 80 years old. But I have lots of pets and animals because I'm better with animals. I'm not as great with people. I am. It's not that I'm not good with people. It's not that I don't like people. I just like animals more. Anyway, that is kind of who I am. I can go out, and I don't seem like I'm autistic, although, to be fair, when I told some people that have known me for a long time that I was diagnosed autistic, they're like, yeah, that makes sense. So it didn't to me, but it did to them, and they saw something I guess I never saw. Because honestly, I thought that I was the same as everybody else. That I thought and acted and was like everybody else. Apparently not. But I didn't know that. How am I different? Well, I think more literally Like if you say something, you know, and I've noticed this more now that I am more self-aware, is that if directions are not given to me that are very specific, I feel like I'm missing something. You know, people sometimes give you directions and they think that something is obvious. And it's not if you're autistic all the time. Also, I have tried to put together certain, you know, pieces of equipment or whatever, you know, furniture, whatever. And I found that the directions, whoever wrote the directions made assumptions that this is an understood fact. But I need to literally have every little fact down, or I feel like I've missed something. And I never noticed that before. I mean, I noticed that I wasn't able to get things right. But I didn't understand why I couldn't get things right, you know. Executive function, that is a problem for me. Like what is executive function? You know, it's, from what I understand, it's, you know, you're supposed to do something. I know I should make a list to go to the grocery store, but I never do. My friend Kathy, hi Kathy, my friend Kathy makes a meticulous list. And she keeps telling me, why don't you make a list? I say, I start a list. I make a list and put it on my desk. It stays on my desk because I forget to put it, you know, in my purse or whatever. So, yeah, doing stuff like that. I know I have to do the dishes. And a few days later, when they pile up, I then do the dishes because I have no more forks. So even though I know I need to do something, for some reason I can't get myself to do it. And it becomes a problem. Especially when you know, don't have anybody helping you, you know, to do the little things. You know, sometimes you're like, oh, I have got to pay this bill today. And a week later, you're like, oh, shit, I forgot to pay that bill. It's not because I forgot to pay it. It was sitting there right on my desk. It's just that I didn't. And I don't know why. It's just, you know, you just don't. I don't know what that is. And I guess what it is executive function issues. So anyway, also, I do reaction videos. If you haven't been there, I like to react to videos. And I don't really do it the same way as a lot of other people do it. Because, I don't know why. I just lost my words. Why don't I? Okay, my point about the reaction videos. I don't have, like, exaggerated expressions like a lot of people do. I call them exaggerated expressions. They're not probably exaggerated expressions to other people, but to me, I'm trying not to mask all the time. And masking, if you don't know what that is to put on a face that you think somebody else needs to understand you. Or you're pretending to be something that isn't natural to you. So I would say my standard face is a resting bitch face. And it doesn't matter what emotion is behind it. It's always going to be at that, it's almost like a sleep state, you know. And so my reaction videos aren't like, or, something silly like that. To me, that's silly. I know to other people, they react more naturally because maybe they're not autistic. So my reaction videos don't have as much of the expressions as other reaction videos, but they have a more analytical texture to them. I like to analyze the videos because I'm more logic based in my thinking. And that's the thing about autistic people. I keep having to lower my voice. A lot of autistic people talk too loudly. I'm not even sure why that is, but I catch myself doing it because we get overexcited about things. So I am trying to catch myself and talk at a more natural tone for most people. Again, I guess that would be masking a little bit, but I don't want to scare the crap out of everybody who's watching this. So my reaction videos are going to be a little different. And maybe that's what somebody else likes. There's so many reaction. I watch reaction videos, and I've been watching for a long time, and I'm like, I can do that. I don't do it as well as some people might, and I do it different than other people, but I'm doing me, and you'll either like it or you won't. I also have to fidget. This is my fidget pickle, and I love him. And I have his little brother. Now I know that these technically are not. Okay, come on. Look the right way, guys. That way. That way. I know that they are technically not pickles. But I call them pickles because they're as close to pickles as I got. And these are my fidget pickles. I know they're from like Veggie Tales or something. I don't know. I found it at a yard sale and fell in love with it. Because I do love pickles. But isn't he cute? Anyway, sometimes I gotta fidget. Mostly, I was trained at an early age to not fidget, so I tap my feet. And so, instead of doing that, because it kind of shakes my whole camera, or my whole system, I'm gonna just fidget with my pickle. I don't have a name for him yet, but we're going to come up with something. He's very curious, as you can see. What other things do I want to... Because I'm kind of I don't know if I've said this, but I'm kind of a free range grandma. And I'm all over the place, So, I also do ASMR. I like to play Minecraft. It caters to my my attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and so I play a lot of Minecraft, and so I do Minecraft videos. I do streaming Minecraft videos, and I do ASMR Minecraft videos. And I just finally learned how to put music to them. So my last one's a lot better than the earlier ones. I also do a really horrible karaoke video. I've only done one, and that might be the only one I do. We'll see if the mood strikes me. I'd like to do some of my poetry on here because I like it. It's good. Last year, I'm gonna flex is the word I guess they use now. I won the Best in Show at the State Fair for my poem. Maybe I'll read that one first. And that was really the first, thing I've, done with my poetry. I'm also trying to write a book. I've been trying to write it for like ever. And again, it's one of those things I keep wanting to do but can't seem to get settle down to do it because, you know, there's YouTube. Another thing that is an autistic thing is special interest. So you get hooked on something, and I'm also an artist, and I haven't done any art on here yet because I don't have a proper setup for it. I don't quite know how I want to do that. So I will eventually do that too. But actually, YouTube is becoming my latest obsession, is making YouTube videos. And you know what? Nobody may watch them. A few people may watch them. Some of them get watched a lot, which I'm really excited about. And thank you all for watching my videos. But, you know, my son got me... We started a challenge, you know, who could get, you know, the most videos or whatever it was. And, sorry, Alex, I'm kicking your ass. But he also has a baby and a full-time job, whereas I do not. I'm also disabled. That's a long story. But anyway, I also don't have a car right now. So this is all I have to do. So I hope somebody likes it, because I'm going to do it whether anybody likes it or not, because heck, you know, it's kind of fun, and it gets me mentally out of my space. So it's like I'm hoping to get a little bit of a community, because I don't get out much, and I'd like to be able to talk to people from all over the world, even though I can't leave my house, basically. It's not that I can't leave my house, it's just that I don't leave my house. It's a little people-y out there. I don't mind people behind the screen as much as I, you know, and I can make friends with anybody, pretty much. I learned that at a very early age, and I know that that's all masking and stuff, and it's tiring and it's exhausting. I get out one day. I have a mandatory once a week adventure where I play Dungeons and Dragons with some friends, and that's a blast. It's tiring, but it's a blast. And so I do a lot of I'd like to do a lot more friendshipping, you know, online. But we'll see what happens. You know, if anybody wants to talk to me, yay. If not, you know, I'm okay on my own. I have my friends. I have several best friends that keep me sane. I have all these cats and dogs and so forth that keep me, you know, from being super lonely. Though everybody gets lonely. Sometimes you want to talk to real people instead of pickles. But this pickle loves me, and I love him. Squeeze, squeeze. Anyway, so I'm not going to make this a big long video. I just wanted to introduce myself to the world of YouTube. And if you have questions or you want to know anything, I am a pretty open book, and I don't mind answering questions. I am autistic, so dumb questions are probably gonna be ignored. Just telling you. And negativity, I just don't play with that. Because that's just, I think negativity, or people being, you know, Karens or Kevins, I guess is the other one that I'm hearing. Those people are just trying to get their own attention, or they just want to make people miserable because they're miserable. I'm not going to let anybody bring me down. Brutus is nudging me. He probably wants a TREAT. Too bad, because I keep giving him. He's spoiled as all get out. Brutus is my Australian cattle dog. And he's very high energy and I'm not. So, you know, we kind of struggle with that. And I have Chalupa, who is my little, she's a Chihuahua Corgi mix. And she's getting up there in age, but she's a sweet girl. And they both kind of came to me, you know, the Chalupa just walked up the street and said, "Hi, I'm here." And Brutus, you know, my son brought over because he found him. So, and then I have a bunch of cats that went from feral cats to, you know, not so feral cats. All my animals found me. I'm like an animal magnet, and that's not always a good thing. Sometimes it's too much. But anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I am going to end this here, and I am going to say I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good life. Dare to dream, because everybody should dream, or have a dream. And, you know, peace out. And I'll see you on the flip side.